So this was a tough list to put together because Mario games are just, they're some of the best games, especially on the Nintendo systems. And, nobody does it better as far as making a game than Nintendo does, especially for their consoles. So I'm going to keep this to just strictly Mario games, not Mario Kart or Mario Golf or Mario Tennis or anything like that. We're just talking about Mario platformers because there's plenty of those to pick from. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do my top 5. These are going to be my top 5 in the order that I prefer them. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is going to be Super Mario 64. This is a great game. Super Mario 64 was the first Super Mario for the new Nintendo 64 console. And this was a 3D game. It's one of my favorite games for that console. There's just so much in there that you can do, trying to finish the game and complete it by collecting all of the stars. I just think that Super Mario 64 was so well done. My only gripe about this game, and the reason why it's number 5 on my list, is the camera angles and controls. Because it was such a new technology and working in 3D space, I think developers had a hard time with how the camera angle should spin and adjust. And so for that reason, I'm going to leave that as number 5 on my list. The next one that I want to go over is going to be Super Mario Brothers. This is the original Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is probably the first game, I believe, that I ever played on the Nintendo, the original Nintendo. I got a challenge pack when I was a kid for Christmas, and I had the Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt cartridge, and so this was the first game that we popped in. I have so many fond memories of this game. It's such a great game. Even today, as short as the game is, there's so much playability to this game. It just completely revolutionized the console and just video games in general. It was the first game that really did the side-scrolling multi-screen platformer right. Nintendo gets so much credit for this game, and it is well deserved, and this is number 2 on my all-time Mario games list. My next game is probably going to be Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Super Mario World was it's just a great game. I mean, still, even today, it ages well. The colors are fantastic. The controls are, second to none. There's just so much to do in the game, especially if you're a completionist. There's so many different levels and things to unlock. There's so many secrets that even today that I'm still finding out about. I could just play this game over and over again. If I'm ever just sitting around and just want a game to pick up and play, Super Mario World is one of those games. So for that reason, Super Mario World is number 3 on my top 5 Super Mario games list. Number 2, and this was a hard decision because my top 2 Mario games I just really love, and so it was tough to really find one and stick one into that number 1 spot, and one of the 2 games had to fall down to the number 2 spot, and so that would be New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii. And this may be a controversial pick for top 5 Super Mario games, but this is just, in my opinion, one of the best Super Mario games ever created. This was a new type of Super Mario game for the Wii console. The controls are amazing. The colors, the graphics. It took the original Super Mario platforming formula and it just updated it and made it so much fresher. And the reason why I choose this one over the one for the Wii U and some of the newer ones is because this really kind of, in my opinion, started it all for the home consoles anyway. And so for that reason, this is my number 2 Super Mario Brothers platforming game of all time. This is a great one. If you've never played it, you've got to pick this one up. And for my number 1 Super Mario Brothers game of all time, I'm going to go with none other than Super Mario Brothers 3. This is, in my opinion, the best Super Mario Brothers game that we've ever had, that we probably ever will have. It took Super Mario Brothers and it just took it to a completely new level. It did so many things. It added so many elements to the gameplay that we still see today. You had the ability to fly or glide, briefly with the raccoon suit. They had the frog suit and the tanuki suit and all of this stuff. It was the first game that really took advantage of the overworld map as you went from level to level. There's just so many hidden secrets in this game that it makes the playability just so much better. You can just pick up this game at any time and just, warp from world to world, and, there's just so many great levels in this game. And so for that reason, I make this my number one Super Mario game of all time, and that would be Super Mario 3 for the NES. Now, they did re-release this game for the Super Nintendo on the Super Mario All-Stars cartridge, and that's a great way to play it as well, but I just think there's something about the original look to the Super Mario Bros. 3 game that you just can't beat, and so for that reason, this is my number one Super Mario Bros. Game of all time. I'm sure there's going to be other games that I didn't mention, Mario games that are just awesome, great to play. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Feel free to leave a comment down below, and we can get a discussion going on which is your favorite Super Mario Bros. Game of all time. Thanks for watching.